So guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a major update on the 16i. We did a video a few weeks ago now, and it was basically exposing the idea that Jason had this thought in his head that he wanted to do something a little bit different with his 16i. We've come down because, Jason, I'm actually really impressed with the comments on that video. I'm not gonna lie.
So am I.
I thought you were gonna get hosed. I thought I was gonna get hosed. I thought we were all gonna be, it was done for. But the internet are sort of about it.
Found me.
Oh, here we go. So what we'll say is though, thank you so much for not hating the idea of doing this to this car. I genuinely thought it was coming. So shout out to everyone that believes.
I found a picture of a white engine bay with it done. Ooh. So there we go. We've got a very good reference point now.
Okay, so that's original Turbo Technics
converted car.
Converted. Wow.
Should we walk to the car?
Let's walk to the car, because we will just go past this because that's its own video. There's an RS6 above you. I'm just gonna, because the wheels are off.
Expensive ceiling.
Look at the size of the brakes on this thing.
Mad, isn't it?
It's big, like that's my hand. That's just madness. Anyway, yeah. So 16i, it's all happening here, mate. Like, there's an engine ready to go.
So
it's
I've stopped.
It's just right. I was gonna say, it's a lot has happened because an engine has been sourced.
An engine is here. It was actually one of my engines that I had in storage, and we've rebuilt it, and here we go. So we always had spares for the Series 1. And this is a once upon a time I thought I broke the engine, and I hadn't.
Yeah.
So I rushed around like a mad panic buying parts for it, when in fact it was just the cam that had gone. And it was making all these rattly and bang noises.
And you thought?
Don't think we covered a video on it. It was way back 5 years in stock. So that happened.
Yeah.
And then yes, we bought a turbo. And here we are. So I've stopped because I want to see and show you what's going next.
Yes.
Right,
okay. So talk us through.
This is the bare engine.
It's a car.
It's not that bare.
Bare engine.
Turbocharger.
Bare as it gets.
Stage 1 turbo. Fettled head. So the head has had larger valves, inlet and exhaust. Cam profile is a Newnham cam profile with solid lifter setup for a high boost application.
I like the way this is going. So it's not, in theory, a stock engine. No. Right, okay, so not a stock engine.
Point? It was going to be.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So I had two heads in stock, in fact, and this was the juicier one of the two. Okay, this has got valves like dinner plates. Fantastic. So it is assembled, ready to go. It's cleaned. It's also forged. So I will, when I'll get the lid back off underneath and show you what's going on inside the engine. But you're here now, so at this point now, we'll appreciate what's happened. So,
yes.
Around here, new oil pump, new water pump, new cam belt tensioner, Kent cam wheel, so we can dial it in afterwards. So all of the juicy bits you want on a CVH, you're going to manipulate as much drivability and power. So similar spec to what the Series 1 was. This will be running similar kind of horsepower. Okay. Hopefully. Yeah. If we're lucky.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, with what you've just said, it should run.
Yeah.
200-ish. Yeah. So it's 200 horsepower.
New old stock oil cooler on the back. That's been installed. All the new oil ways for the turbocharger. All the things you should do when assembling a CVH is done. So.
Back to the car.
On the stand. Now, the reason we wanted to do that first is I'm quite emphatic with the idea that once this engine's out, I've got two things I need to do. So, I'm going to be doing away with the Bosch K-Tronic injection system. Okay,
which is a big deal.
It's a big deal.
Yes.
So, but, there's always a but. The way the K-Tronic system works on a Turbo Technics vehicle is that this is spun round, and essentially is the air filter, as you can see here. That is spun round and connected to the input of the turbo shaft, the turbocharger. I am going to do this. I'm going to run this pipe setup as per here, back down to the intercooler as that is going to be. Okay, I will retrofit that and have a cone filter underneath it where the plenum would be, And the only thing that you will notice under here that won't be factory Ford is this Ford fueling setup.
Right, okay.
Because I'm running, and we've got, this is something that's happening in the future. Once this is out the car, we've got to have these holes for the injection from the Bosch KE enlarged to house Siemens 440 injectors.
Right.
So that's moving the diameter that's currently 12mm to 14.5mm.
Wow.
So there's some machining work to do there. Then it will accept a fuel rail for a aftermarket ECU setup. You won't even see it.
Yeah.
But there will be some subtle differences between the 80s way of doing it and Jason's way of doing it.
Yeah, which is in theory a newer way of doing what
I just want to get in. I'm too old
Yeah, too old to be pushing it around when it
to
don't
be
start.
pushing it around.
Yeah.
And phoning up Jimmy when it's broken.
Yeah.
It's going to be a turnkey car go. That's what's happening. We've left the lid in situ. That is how that engine will present itself. Yes, there is a 4-branch manifold here that will be replaced by a turbocharger. But aesthetically, as you pop the bonnet, it will still have its key identity components. It will have the motorsport rocker cover that's come fit with the car. The fuel filter will live in the same home. Everything else will be in its exact same position, minus this metering head. There will be an air filter system down there. That's what's happening. I've got 2 more options left to think about. Now, I've got a very good friend on the 1600i forum who's been pinging me all sorts of ideas and messages. Now, because we're going to go for aftermarket ECU, we can. This is not. I'm going to.
I'm going to, but we could do this.
I'm airing my options. I can, rather than using a 4-pin coil pack like you should, because it works. They put up with temperature. They are very reliable. We could, if everyone really gives, put those on the side of there and power the ignition through the twin coils.
Okay.
I don't know that I care enough yet to
Yeah, we'll find out if that's actually viable first.
It
Because
is
it is, but oh my god, is it going to be a nightmare?
And it would look very, very cool in doing so. Not sure I'm ready for it.
Nah.
Because the other one is plug, play and go.
Yeah.
So 4-plug system, the normal coil pack system. This has been drilled to allow such a setup go on. A bracket goes on here, which I'm painting at the moment, which is why it's not here.
Yeah, nice.
That goes on. Then a 4 core pack that you'd find on a 2-litre Z-Tech, Mondeo, Escort, whatever, this car. That will be then bolted to there. Or we use these and we power them from the ECU in the hope that they work. And I don't know how strong the spark will be from those compared to a modern comparative, all in the aid of keeping it authentic. I don't know, so I'm up in the air with that next decision.
Okay.
But we are very close to the point when the wheels come back from the mainland for this car, car's on the ramp, engine's coming out, and then the gearbox that we've got, a limited slip differential gearbox, which will be going off to competition transmissions to have a refresh. Not actually anything wrong with it, but I don't like. There's no point, is there?
No, you might as well get that done, checked. They'll
pull off the casings, check the bearings. If anything he's doing, they'll let me know. It's worth the £300 investigation pounds.
Oh yeah.
To do that.
It's all happening here, isn't it? Since last video.
It's all slightly turbo, as they say.
Yes.
So that's happening. I am also thinking about ECUs at the moment. Feel free with your comments. I'm open to that. I know that George and I at the garage have talked about Link. It just does what it says on the tin. They also provide a very nice wiring loom that will accompany all of the sensors on this car. In case anyone's wondering as well, on EFI setups on these engines, we have to do a bit of Fesling, because obviously this is an MFI vehicle, okay? So this is an MFI car. This engine came out of a mechanically fuel injected car, and we are planning on electronically fuel injecting it. So we chose, I hope you're all keeping up.
Yeah, because I'm trying to at the same time. So yeah, but we're nerding right out at the moment, is what's happening.
As we get rid of these bits.
In Ford's infinite wisdom, in 1990, they brought the Fiesta Turbo out, as we know.
Yeah.
And they were electronically fuel injected. The block is from a Fiesta Turbo. For this reason. Put your camera down here, Jamie. We have a pickup. Now that magic eye here detects when the flywheel, revolving, whatever you want to call it, spinning
round.
So when that's spinning, that creates a pattern for the ECU to pick up and go, oh, okay, TDC, 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 and fire. Right? This is not located, Series 1 turbos, Series 2 RS turbos, because it's mechanically fuel injected. It doesn't have a flyby little eye. So this is why we've got this one. This block, this turbo, straight in the hole. Can be drilled, but it was just easier as this was the block we had in stock to go with this way.
Right.
So yeah, it's got flyby to be able to make sure that it will run on an aftermarket management system. So it'll have a plug here. We will use the conventional holes and pickup points and sensor points on the inlet manifold. So you will have air temperature sensor and you have water temperature sensor, and the sensors will fit in the exact same positions as they are currently, but they'll be adapted to use a modern ECU system. Excuse me. So yeah, that's kind of where we are. A bit of research and development along the line, but
it's all happening, mate. It's all happening.
Yeah.
One thing I was going to say, and something that we haven't touched on, someone said in the comments of the last video to put tiger stripes on it, which is hilarious.
I just thought they were still drunk from the night before.
Yeah, I don't know about the tiger stripes because I think keeping the aesthetic looks of the 16i is what the plan is here. But I like the enthusiasm. I appreciate that people were saying stuff like that.
It's absolutely key that the car retains
Complete
much
stock.
originality to look at as possible.
Yes.
With the exception of being able to stop and save your life.
Yes.
So I am going to invest, or I have invested. We're not on the car yet. They're a long way off from being on the car, but we do have a set of Cosworth brakes to go up the front. They do just clear the 15 to treat, very common conversion. Four-wheel drive calipers.
Yeah.
Coupled with two-wheel drive Cosworth discs.
Yeah.
Mated with four-wheel drive pads, ESCORT Cosworth pads. And it all just goes together.
Just goes together, yeah.
Kind of amazingly. Just works.
Yeah.
So we'll inspect the condition of all of our brake setup once the engine's out of the car, make sure that the servo's up to it, etc. So
Nice.
yeah, as it stands at the moment, we have an engine, we have a car with an engine that's still remaining, we have a ramp that's busy. As soon as such time that the engine's coming out of the hole, we will then, and only then, start to remove all this stuff. Still in two minds on whether to even do that.
Yeah, it is quite a nice feature to still have on the car, and we were backwards and forwards about this whole thing
I
about
don't know whether I should.
the wax or start taking it out and that, but
It'll either be when I'm stood in there,
yeah. It's like,
looking around thinking, does this need to be shiny white today?
Yeah.
And it'll be a decision made on the morning. I'm still not sure because I still like the fact that it just shouts originality. And this is the other thing. By putting that in there, all we've got to do is possibly have this aqua blasted, put it all back in, it still look authentically old. Because I don't know.
Correct.
I don't know.
Like, you don't really, in my opinion, you don't want to pop the bonnet and it be brand new everything. Amazing! Like it would still be quite nice if you could to keep that.
Yeah,
but it is hard work.
It'll be a clean engine. There's not going to be any component leaks are not allowed. But I don't think that.
I don't think you're going to be able to save it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see down the line though.
Oh, it all save. Look, it comes off.
Yeah.
Easy. And this is because I keep doing that.
Yeah.
But
because you can't help cleaning stuff. That's why, isn't it?
But I just don't know yet.
Yeah.
So that remains to be seen.
Yeah.
It will have a Series 1 gearbox put in there as well, with a limited slip differential. We've already touched on that. So yeah, we're basically an ECU and a wiring loom away from kaboom.
Going in, going for it.
Yeah, as long as obviously then we've got a running period with the engine, make sure everything's working there. But yeah, I'm excited.
We'll see that in the whole
Fingers crossed
of this. Yeah, let's hope for it works. Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
I mean, I know it's all good componentry, but it has been sat for 5 years
Yeah.
and hasn't done a lot.
Yeah.
So let's
Mate,
see how it goes.
I'm excited either way.